cream making, but I'm going out on a limb and I'm going to make pistachio ice cream. I'm not putting coloring in it. It's not going to be green. I hate that dye in pistachio. This pistachio ice cream has marzipan cheese in it. It has amaretto in it. And if you wish, you could put Italian dessert wine, but I don't want that. So you can see that this is going to be a lot different from anything else that we've met. I'm sort of bringing you up to what we're doing. Now we need 4 egg yolks, not the whites, the egg yolks. And I've showed you how to do this. Crack it, pry it open. Whoa. Hold on. Okay. That one had a weak shell and yolk on it. And it broke. Let me get this book away from us so I can work this. Okay, I got one there. I'm going to turn you down so you can see what we're doing. We need to get 4 yolks in there. These eggs are very weak egg shells, which tells me the chickens are not that healthy. Yeah, you can actually tell, believe it or not. They're supposed to have a firmer shell. These eggs crack too easy. Which I don't like. They're erratic when they're cut, when you crack them. But ice cream always uses extra large eggs. Everything else is large, but for that, you have extra large. Oh, all right. We need a half a cup of sugar. We're going to add a half a cup of sugar in here to the yolks. Now they want you, if you use a whisk, you're going to froth it up too much and it's not going to work. So we're going to have to beat this sugar and egg yolks until they're thoroughly mixed before we can do anything with them. Yeah, that's what you want. Thick and pale. So we're going to be beating this for a while until it's thick and pale. A whisk will put too much air in it, but the fork won't. So here we go. Zayden? Yes, I know, I didn't recognize you, so I know you're new. So we're going to have to beat the sugar and egg yolks together for a bit. The egg whites we really don't need right now. So you can see. Hi, Coco. Judy. This is pistachio ice cream. Now listen, I'm not good at making ice cream, so if I mess it up, understand that. Zayden, it's ice cream we're making. Coco, hi. So do not use a whisk and do not use an egg beater. You have to use a fork and it's going to take some time. When you hold the fork, make sure you hold it like this so you can pump that air into it properly. Oh, my arm's already tired. Well, I figured I've got a nice clean kitchen. I'll make some ice cream. Muso, hello Muso. Okay, we got your name down. Zayden. Hi. See how it's changing textures? That's what you have to do slowly with a fork. Because see, ice creams are made with custards, unless you have cheap ones. Happy Easter, everybody. Drift. D-R-I, yeah, drift. Oh no, don't you start. You're fine, Taffy. Now look at the texture of it now. You see how the texture is? It's picking up. That's what you want. Yes, I know, Fan McKinney. Monica. That's one of my two cats. The other one's upstairs stealing my pillows. It says it'll pick up volume. And you wonder why bakers have big arms. It's all this arm work we're doing. All right, we need 2 cups of milk that we have to heat up. Do not take it to boiling. Break it, Sandra. They want the milk hot, but they do not want you to burn it or boil it. So we have to be careful how we're dealing with these things. Hi, Joanne. Musso. Blue Buffalo. I like that. So as you do this, you're going to notice it's getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. How hot do you want the milk to get? They want it almost boiling. You can see it's getting volume. That's what you have to do. And also keep an eye on your milk. So remember, all ice creams, unless they're cheaply made, they use other things as a thickening. They're a custard. They're literally a custard. And I've got a jalapeno one I want to try. Believe you me. Most people start off vanilla. I'm going to go in a different, I'm going to go all the way. If I'm going to jump into it, I'm going to jump all the way. I think I made ice cream twice with my mother. And that was it. So I'm going to have to buy vanilla beans. And they are like $50, $60. So it's going to be expensive. Okay. Monica, one's in my bedroom and one's on the chair here underneath, underneath everything. He should be right here unless he dropped down. There he is, right there. He's hiding. That's his little cave when I'm in the kitchen or doing wash. This is a beautiful texture. Just look. That is the really good texture you want. No, we had a tilapia earlier this morning, for those of you that missed it. When I came in, well, it was almost noontime. With the leftover pie. All right, I think I've whipped that enough. back of the spoon. I'm over here stirring the milk, don't worry. I'll be over here with you in a minute. Now my ice cream maker is an electric one, so it's easy, 1, 2, 3 for me. No, I'm not waking my other cat up. I have to run upstairs to get him. I think if you're my Facebook friend, if you look in the albums, you would find my kitties there. Little ones, when they were little. They're brothers, actually, from the same litter. Amber is the oldest male, and Taffy is the runt. There was a sister, I did not know about her. They were just asking me, did I want another cat? And I said, look, I can only afford 2 at this point. If I could have, at the time, I would have taken the whole litter. But I didn't know. They want this right to boil, almost? 220 is boiling, so how hot? Yeah, it's almost there. I'm at 169. I know 220 is boiling, so I have to get it up to 200. And that's close enough. I'm actually doing the milk right now. It's just in a pan. I'm just heating it up. We'll get the other stuff together. Monica, I am 73. And hello, Lisa, Hannah, hi, Body, hello, USO. Well, this is a very old house. It has an acorn fireplace, which gives the age of the founding of my country. You have to stir this so it doesn't burn, which is something you do have to worry about, because it is heating up quite quickly. So we're actually stirring this. I don't even know if I can turn you. I've got nuts and everything around you right now. I'm trying to turn you around. I'm just checking the temperature. I'm having to keep an eye on this temperature. Okay. That's hot. All right, I'll turn you down. Now, we have these eggs. This egg mixture mixed really good. I'd like to tell you we could use a whisk or something or a mixer, but we cannot. What we have to do is pour this hot milk. I'm going to turn you, don't worry, I have a lot of things to do. Hi Lisa, Red, Monica. Okay, so these eggs are going to curdle if you're not careful. Okay, we have to pour this hot milk into these cold eggs. And they want to stir, so this is like pinches of hot milk like this, and we're going to keep stirring this. This is the only way you can do it. If you pour too much at once, it's going to scramble your eggs. Well, they call it curdling, actually. It actually cooks it. So you can only add a little bit at a time and stir it. With all the kinds of custards I have, I'm saying, what did I do in the ice cream department? Yeah, I go there. And this way you keep your eggs, because if they curdle, you have to throw it all out and start over again. And I've done that more than once as well. Tempted to pour it all in. I understand that. You cannot do that. And you don't want to boil it, the milk, because then you have the skim and everything on it, and that will ruin it. Now, if you want a really rich one, you should use, if you can get raw milk from your health food store, it'll even be richer than this. I still have my burner on too, because I gotta go back to it. I should have bought vanilla beans. I thought I bought some, but I can't find them. So, if I'm going to be making ice cream, I better keep it on hand. And I didn't even hit the temperature yet. Alright, now what do you want me to do? Let me sure I do this way. Just go something this way. Okay. Now we're going to pour this back into this pan here. Put it back on a low flame here. This is where I mess up on my ice cream all the time. You have it on a low flame and you stir it until it coats it, the back of the spoon. So you have to be on your toes with this one. Pistachio ice cream. Just Ryan, Keith. So now we're going to heat this up slowly because it's already hot. So now we just have to do this part here, and it will burn, it will curdle, and this is the part, if you're going to mess up, this is going to be the part where you're going to do it. Yeah, I know the eggs will scramble. Hi, just Keith, you wrote something? So I make mistakes like anybody else in the kitchen. I have my weaknesses in the kitchen, like frosting a cake. Now, before I even started the video, I did 3/4 of a cup pistachios. Just about. We're waiting for a coating to come onto the back of the spoon. It'll happen suddenly and quickly. See? Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. I'll turn it and show you. Let me get you over here before I end up burning this and my eggs curdle. See, it's coating the back of the spoon. All right, we got this done. Okay, hold on. We have to let this sit until it cools. So we're done with this part. Stirring it will cool it down. All right, now we're going back to the other side. In a clean bowl? Sure, I got a clean bowl. I got lots of clean bowls. Keep it from burning. I'm just going to pour it into a clean bowl. Okay. Because if you leave it in the bowl, it can curdle. Okay, we got that done. All right, going back to the other page. All right. Okay. Let me get another bowl. I'll be with you in a minute. I don't care about that. All right, you want the vanilla flavoring marzipan. All right, the marzipan, we have to put 1/4 of a cup of the marzipan. They also say use this before it goes. They give you 1 week. All right, I know marzipan, 4 tablespoons. Definitely make 1/4 of a cup. It tastes like whipped butter a bit, okay? Just letting you know what it tastes like. They say to put it on lox and bagels would be good. I mean on bagels, but I'm making lox and bagel. Well, my son's making lox and bagels tomorrow. All right. How much vanilla? Okay. I guess they say 2 teaspoons vanilla essence or 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'll walk right in the middle and put a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. 3 tablespoons of amaretto liquor. Oh yeah, I've had this for years. Bettina, hi. PGE, that's exactly what we're doing, lazy. Oh, I am. You want 3 tablespoons of this? All right, I'm about to 3 tablespoons. I think I'll have to get another one if they like this pistachio better than what you get in the store. I don't know why they think you have to put coloring in it. Well, that finished that up. I definitely have to get another bottle. My son should be able to pick it up for me tomorrow. All right. Beat the lid. All right, you want me to beat this? Okay. I'm gonna get my fork again. They want this beaten, and then we're going to put it into the custard that we've made. Let me see how my custard's doing. We'll find out. Pistachio ice cream. No, marzipan, this. I don't know much about liquor. I know the wines for food and stuff. You're not mixing very well. I'm going to get the whisk and beat your little tails. that did the job. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you have to go there. You really do. The fork did not work. Now you want me to add this? Blend well. Okay. You know, it's actually smelling quite good. I hate to tell you that. Well, I don't hate to tell you that, but you're not going to be able to eat it. I'm going to be eating it. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, we have to wait till this cools. We're at this point. All right, we've done all that we can. But no, we have enough that I can spill it. All right, this has to cool completely and then chill for 1 hour in the refrigerator. So there's gonna have to be, we're making pistachio ice cream if I don't spill it all over the place. That is the goal that we're working on. So see, when you get into baking and stuff, these terms that you read so much about are extremely important. That's why I take you into this area and show you certain things. So this has to cool, and we have to leave it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. So this has got to cool. Put that to the side. And you can go ahead and take care of your pistachios. I think we've done everything that we could possibly. I'm just checking. All right. Yeah, because we'll be whipping the cream after until it's really, really thick. But that's not ready right now. We just have the custard, and the custard has to take its time. Always remember, some of the best ice creams you'll ever have in your life are made with custards. Liverpool. Hi, Michael from Liverpool. Joanne, thank you. Kiwi, I know he does. D-Flim, we are making pistachio ice cream. Evelyn. I found it at ShopRite in the cheese department that was close by the deli. Matter of fact, the store, one of the managers actually walked me over to it. I didn't know where it was at. Yes, Ellie, I agree with you. Pika. Norway. Lorraine, okay. We've got to get this into the refrigerator, the custard. We can't get to the ice cream machine yet until further notice, and so we're sort of stuck at this point. Ellie, yes, and that's what we're doing. So I got my pistachios all ready. The heavy cream we will be whipping before we put it into the ice cream maker. And I'll tell you what kind of ice cream maker I have. And if you ask me, I really don't know. It's just that it works real well, so I don't bother reading what it is. But I'll check it out and see what it is. Let's see if it has a name on it. Oh, dear God. Well, I don't see a name on it. I will have to flip it upside down, and it's real heavy, and I had to pick it up yesterday, so. Anyway, I have an electric one. I think it's an Italian one. Let me flip it and see if I find anything on it. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a Musso, M-U-S-S-O. I gotta turn it right side now. It's really heavy. Oh. So that's the kind of ice, and I've had it for a long time. It's a really good ice cream, an electric one, so I don't have to do everything that everybody else does with the manual ones. It's proficient. It usually takes 30 minutes to work. It's a very good way. Hello, Bon from Norway. Pistachio ice cream. Tam, Lorraine, you retracted. Sarah, I know he does. I know that too. Veronica. So good afternoon to all of you. Riga, hello. Sarah, Reganus, I think I said that right. Veronica. Sarah, yeah, I got all of you. I think I did. I might not be pronouncing everything straight, but I am. But this cookbook is so good. Just listen to some of the things this thing makes. Mint chocolate chip, chocolate cookie dough. These are just a few of the, I'm just reading some of this off. Blackberry ice cream, strawberry ice cream, we know pumpkin pie ice cream. That one got me going. Lemon and lime got me going. English plum and cinnamon, caramel ice cream. All right, these are sherbets here. Papaya lime, lemon lime, gunpowder, don't ask me why, strawberry and kiwi fruit, tangy cranberry, apricot, orange, and lemon. Don't these sherbets sound good? Saffron, curroil, mango, and ginger. I'm just letting you see some of the things we have here. A margarita, I'm sure you guys would like that one. Mocha, cinnamon apple, honeydew melon, orange tequila. There's another one I think everyone would jump for. Gazpacho. Okay, I don't know that. Here's some more sherbets. Orange chocolate chip, tangerine, pineapple, buttermilk, pina colada. Okay, yeah, a cappuccino, a tropical, a mango, pink lemonade, raspberry, and watermelon. All right, now that we went through all those, let's see. Now, if you like gelatos, listen to these. Let's see, they have a list here. Oh, espresso, blueprint gelato vanilla beans, chocolate kumquat, cream brulee, Jamaican banana rum. Y'all getting excited? Mocha cappuccino, triple berry, double nut, lemongrass, and pistachio. I tell you, this is really good. Now, if you like ice milks, you have vanilla, cherry amaretto, dark sugar ripple, chocolate buttermilk, chocolate raspberry, red hot. Ooh, you almost wonder what the red hot is. Cafe con leche, Mexican chocolate, double chocolate peppermint, and white chocolate chunk. Okay, let's see what else we can find here. This book is loaded. Now, frozen yogurts are tofu ice creams. They have luxury lemon, regular vanilla, double ginger, nectarine, blueberry, lemon, raspberry, minted pineapple, double chocolate, strawberry, raspberry, vanilla tofu ripple, and chocolate tofu with cherries, hazelnuts. You're probably saying that all sounds good. Yeah, we could all get fat off this. Oh, let me see. All right, now if you want sauces to put over the ice cream, you have the chocolate orange, you have the hot chocolate fudge, you have the bittersweet chocolate, you have the hot rum sabayon, you have hot caramel, butterscotch, raspberry marshmallow, mango, fresh pineapple and kiwi, and cherry jubilee. I think I'm at the end of the book. Okay, for ice creams, I have this marked for me, so we'll have to go to the front of this. I have everything marked for me. Okay. Now for ice creams, we have chocolate cookie, English toffee, New Orleans praline, mocha almond, mint chocolate chip cookie, blackberry, pumpkin pie, lemon lime, English plum and cinnamon, caramel, double chocolate chip, pistachio, brown bread, ginger, honey caramel, brandy eggnog, apple cinnamon, coffee cream pecan, and chocolate fudge ripple, chili, I told you, it got chili in it, chocolate, and extra rich vanilla, and regular vanilla. Now, how do all those sound? We could all get fat together, right? I've been collecting these books all my life. My husband bought them. He'd come in with them. I would find them. Thank you, Itzy. Lorraine, I know. I could see us all being this big. It said, oh, but it was so good when it went down. Yeah, I'm going to be making a German chocolate cake this week. I've got a son that's getting a birthday. I looked up the Musso ice cream machine. They are really expensive. Well, that was a birthday gift from my husband, but I've had no problems with it. So, Evelyn, if you look them up, say, if I want something that's expensive and I can use it, I'll get it. But my husband bought that for my birthday a long time ago. It really works very well. Thank you, Amra. Just a dreamer. I'm doing fine. I am sore from all the working I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, but I'm getting myself together. So, Musso ice cream machine, it was a good investment. It was 20 years ago, so I've had it a long time. Oh yeah, my husband's definitely Evelyn. He's a keeper. So that's something there. So if you're old and you don't want to put that kind of investment in, then get one that goes for it. Like, I know a dehydrator. The best dehydrator out there is Harvest Right. But these machines cost $5,000, $6,000. It might cost more now. Last time I saw it was $5,000. But the thing is that I said, look, I'm in my 70s. The chances of me living to 120, which would get 50 years out of it, is almost nil. So I said, to put that kind of money out to only get a couple of years out of it, I said it doesn't make sense. If I was young, yeah, because I like to dehydrate, so that would be something that I would go for. But my age limits me. So I got a different dehydrator. It's not real expensive, but it works for me, and I get things done on it. So that's how you have to look at it and weigh things. But if you're young and you can get something, you know you're going to be doing this forever. When I say forever, for a long time, then the investment's good. Like, I got this espresso machine, and it does make espresso little cups, which I really love about it. And my coffee is chicory root. And I look at this thing. The only thing I can make the coffee. That's no problem. It's that froster that's driving me crazy. They said, don't put it in too much, but don't leave it up in the top. You got to get it just right to get it. Well, anyway, that's what I'm working on, to learn to get that frosting down so we can go into my coffee cookbook that I have and bake different coffees. But it works beautifully. I would highly recommend it. But you have to read, just like the mill. I got a small mill. It's industrial, though it's small and compact. It's like my KitchenAid mixer I have. I have a stand-up and a hand mixer. And these are things that cost money, like the mixer my husband got me for my birthday. I was really shocked. He took me in the store. He said, "Get it, Sandy." I said, "No, Tony, it's too expensive." He said, "Get it." Now, before, what I like about KitchenAid, KitchenAid is built just like the pizza places. If you've ever been in the kitchen of a pizza place, they have that big mixer. This is just a smaller version of it. They are heavy duty and they work. They're a workhorse. When I need something heavy to do, I use it. But if it's like a pumpkin pie or something, I'll just use my mixer. My little hand. But my hand one is KitchenAid as much as my big one. And these are some of the equipments I use. So think about it. If you're young and you know you're going to use it a lot, then go for it. The ice cream machine that you get, if you buy this one that I have, a Muso, then realize that you're not going to have ice cream 24/7. It's just like you're not going to have cakes 24/7, so you're not going to be using the mixer all the time. But if you want something that's going to last, think of your age and how much use you're going to get out of this. This ice cream maker has really pulled its weight. My dehydrator, though, it's not the most expensive one or the best one. It's pulling its weight for me, you see. So you have to weigh these things out. All right. Happy Easter to all of you, okay? I mostly tell you because I'm talking. If somebody offends you, you can just sit there. If they're cursing or being vulgar, you just tap it. I can't cook and do that at the same time, so I'm sort of like in between it. Pinoy? I think I said that right? Pinoy? Yeah, I think that's Pinoy. So you always have to weigh that. So my husband, when he bought equipment, he didn't want to have to repeat it twice. But when I was little, Sunbeam was the top at the time. But now, hi George, Irma, Moon, hi. Cooked egg, sausage, and fried potatoes. That's a nice dinner, quick dinner to make. But the thing is you have to think about your equipment. Any equipment that I show you, you can bet I've gone through and I've looked at them and I've weighed them out a lot. Try to get the best that I can because I don't want to replace it. My mother had to replace Sunbeam after so many years. All the equipment, the only thing that has gone in all the equipment I've bought and my husband has bought, you see that red thing behind me sitting on the counter over there on a cabinet? That microwave. They don't last, okay? And I got a simple one. I said, look, I want one that I can put a plate in just to warm food up. So if my family comes in and they have a plate, they can just put it in the microwave for a few seconds. Oh, Evelyn, I love sharing. I've always been that way. Hi, Aaron. So that's the only thing I've really had to replace. The hand mixer, as much as I've worked it with the KitchenAid, it's worth. And that stupid light bulbs. I do not like these new light bulbs. They go too quickly. I like the old ones better. Like, I bought knives, all right? My husband bought me knives, and at the time, they all had wooden handles. And I got frustrated because the handles would wear out before the knives. So, hence, knives that are metal straight through. They don't break. The handles don't wear out. So those are good. So these are things that I do and buy, and I've got to figure out I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to put things I have that I would recommend that if you're going to buy them. Sometimes, like when I went to get the mill, because my husband had passed by then and I got the mill, it's the quietest one you find out there, but it was $400. So I was saving dollars here, doing all of that until I got the money. And I was shy $150. And then I said, well, then I'm going to have to do the shipping and handling. And my younger son saw me calculate. He says, what's wrong? I said, I've got to figure out how I can pay for the shipping and handling and get this mill that I want. And he said, how much do you need? I said, I'm shy about $150 because that'd cover for the shipping and the last $100, yeah, and taxes and stuff. And he gave it to me. That's the only reason I got it 3 months early. So if you find something that you want, you don't have the money, you start saving for it. You just sock it away. Other than that, you'll never get, hi George, Aaron, you'll just never get to where you're going. And that's what I do. So I see something I want, I wait. Before, I didn't have to wait. My husband loved good food. He'd see me struggling in the kitchen, so he'd go and buy whatever I needed. So I don't know. But don't look at Musso as too expensive. Think, if you really want it, you sit there and say, where can I cut the cost? Or where can I save money here and there and do that? So I don't have the most expensive clothes. Listen, I save $300 a month not wearing makeup, so I am like over the moon about that. That's something I don't have to worry about. So that's money that I can spend the way I want. I don't consider that very important. I don't need to get my hair dyed, curled, and everything else. I go to my beautician, I pay her a flat $35, she trims it, dries it, that's it. The rest I can take care of myself. So this is where I cut corners. And so if I'm doing something, I do it. Instead of getting to pay somebody for it, I get out and do it. And that's what you have to do to make ends meet if it's stuff that you want. So if the equipment looks expensive, just understand we save for it. Well, mine was a gift. The ice cream machine was a gift. But that mill, like 6 months before I could get it. And then I wanted it in green. Then when I went to order the one that had, instead of having black, I wanted it in green. They only had black and white, and I didn't want the white one, so I said, all right, I'll take the black one. Yeah, I've never used the attachments to it. Devron, guess what? Guess what? I don't know. Chevy, hi. So you have a KitchenAid mixer. When I went to go get it, because my husband told me to go get it, he walked me in the store and said, pick what you want. He said, you get any color you want, but you're getting a KitchenAid. Because he had read up on it. And when I got onto the bus, I was so happy with my KitchenAid. The car was being fixed, so we had to take the buses. And two ladies behind me, I'm not going to tell you what they were, their religion, but they said, oh, she'll throw that away. That is a horrible mixer. And I found out they didn't know how to work the mixer. That was the whole thing. She probably used the wrong paddle for it, and it wasn't working out the way she wanted, or because she couldn't turn it, but the mixer top turned, but she didn't know how to work it, so she was calling it a horrible mixer. But the KitchenAid is a beautiful mixer. Listen, if you buy it young, you probably will never buy another one. You'll have it for your whole life. So if you put good money out, understand it's a lifetime investment. Sam, crescent rolls are really nice. I have done a video, but I think I made sourdough. But do you know how to make crescent rolls? Sample? I mean Sam. If I read a recipe to you, Sam, would you be able to understand the terminologies? Mali? Yes, I do, Malia. I do. I do know how to make cookies. Do you move the thing up a shelf, up into the upper third? Remember, cookies cannot be on the bottom or in the middle. You have to take them up to the upper third of the shelf. I mean, into the upper third of the oven, because they're so delicate, they burn. And if they're still burning at that level, I would get somebody in to check your oven. Your thermostat might be off by a couple of degrees, which will cause it to burn. Those are usually the two reasons, is you don't have it where it goes. Like I'll show you on mine. Oh yeah, my husband's West Indian Salisbury steak. All right, mine's in the middle here. This is the bottom. This is called the bottom third. This is called the middle here, and then you have here. You take from the middle here. If you're in the middle of the shelf, go up one. Just going up one shelf will prevent your cookies from burning. But if your thermostat is off a couple of degrees, your cookies will burn if it's too hot. So and the only way you can do that is get an oven thermometer, and you hang it in the middle of the oven, and don't use the oven for 24 hours. Then set it at 350 with the thermometer in there in the middle of your oven. Leave it there for about 25 minutes. Open the oven door and read it. If it doesn't register 350, because that's the temperature you're going to set your oven at 350, and it reads plus or minus, you need to have your oven calibrated. You cannot calibrate this. They have to do it. Okay? No, they've got to be in the upper third. So. Okay, you're having trouble with them rising. Number one, read the label of the date on your yeast before you even get started, okay? It has to stay in the refrigerator next to where your butter compartment is. If you have it in the cabinet, or the yeast is old, or you stick it in the freezer, you killed it. The best place is when you buy yeast is to keep it next to your butter compartment in the refrigerator. It's just the right temperature. That's usually the problem. So read the label and see the date on it. The date will tell you if it's dead or not. I know a lot of places people go and they sell them dead yeast, and then they say, I cannot bake. Now, when you work with the yeast and you add the water to proof it or the milk, it's got to be body temperature. All right, how do you do it? You heat it up, and when you can put it on your wrist and you can't feel it, it's 98.6. If it's just a slight warm, it might be 99 or 100. That's still fine. But if your yeast is dead, or you've kept it in the cabinet in a dark spot or something, it has gone bad and it's old. Get rid of it, because remember, it is alive. Just because it's dehydrated does not mean it's dead. It's very much alive. That's how you can do it. Hey, listen, I've been baking for a long time. I've been baking since I was a little girl. My mother said I came out knowing how to bake bread. Okay, so I think a keto recipe, super. I don't have a lot of those. I might have a few of them, but I really don't use those. There's nothing wrong with me. I eat the seeds. I sit there and eat all sorts of whole grains and stuff. I'm not sick is the problem, okay? I might have a problem with caffeine, but other than that, I'm okay. What happened? You brought it to the back door? Oh. I have such nice smell, man. Okay, so let me know if that helps you. Check the yeast and let me know. I'll sit right here. I'll stand right here while you check your yeast, and let me put this up, this cheese. It's in the date, then your water's too hot. You have to have it body temperature. Did you use wine? Did you use wine in your chili? And remember, Sam, you have to let, first time you work all the batter together, it says rise, Do not let it go past double its size. If you do and it collapses, it won't rise the second time when you shape them and look for the rise. Remember that as well. Super, did you add wine? All right, I'm gonna go put my custard in the refrigerator. Try it with wine. After you saute the vegetables and you're browning the meat, instead of using water, you could add some wine. You could add bone broth or vegetable stock. Believe you me, it'll come out with much more flavor. And cinnamon, no, don't add cinnamon. I use hot peppers instead of cayenne. I use fresh garlic. Chili powder, about 1.5 bottles. Because I make a really big pot, so I just take bottles and pour the whole bottle of chili in. It's not like that, it snows. As you pour it in, you'll smell it. And then when you add, not the whole thing's going to be wine, maybe a cup you should add in. Depends on how much you're making. And then after you add that, you can add bone broth, you can add vegetable stock, and you'll make your chili much more richer than what it is, with more flavor. But I usually add about a cup and a half. But remember, I'm making a pot like this. I'm making a very large pot. Rudolph, how are you? Super. It's beef, so it's got to be a Merlot. It's got to be a red wine. Make sure it's not too vinegary, because it'll ruin the flavor when you use the wine. So try to get one where the vinegar isn't so bad. I did a video on how to cook, how you could taste wine and know what you're doing. Thank you, Super. Yeah, we were 70 yesterday and we're 40 today. That's why I'm in a mock turtleneck. I even had to wear a coat this morning. And you'll be surprised, Super. Simple. Okay, thank you. I do not know how to make my own apple cider vinegar. I've never done it. I've done some reading on it because I use a lot of apple cider vinegar, and apple cider helps fight colds. Well, Rudolph, wherever you're at, it's hot. Adela, hi. I share everybody's sins. Hi, Season. Haven't heard from you in a while. So the wine will do that. In the kitchen or in crafting? William. Deanne's? I am doing well. A bit sore today from all the work that I've already done. At least I got my kitchen clean. I got the whole house clean, and I've got the yard standing. Never heard of that, Super. Rudolph? Yeah, that's true. Southeast. Are you far? How far are you from Beeville, Rudolph? Yeah, well, I was climbing all over the place here, pulling the refrigerator out because I was told I have to vacuum the back of it because dust will get into the motor, which will cause it to break. And I was moving the other cabinet over there. That one, I've got to, it was just a mess. Yeah, where, have you ever heard of Beeville, Texas? Rudolph the Ann's. Oh, my favorite food to make. I don't have a favorite food to make, but I know different dishes that I love very much. Oh, you're not far from me. Then you know where Beeville is. Well, at least where I grew up. Yeah, because I went to Houston all the time. We would go there to get sourdough breads and stuff that were flown from the Northeast. I'm in New York. Yes, I grew up in Texas. Oh, okay. I heard Beeville has a lot of problems with drugs now. Go Trojans is the high school. Our team, Go Trojans. And our colors were orange and white in high school for our team. And we had a big parking lot in the back. I don't know if they've added to the school or taken up. Oh, I don't live in New York City. I live on the outskirts of New York City. We have a area for wild animals about 3 blocks from me, small blocks. It takes me an hour and a half to 2 hours to get into the city. And my sons have given me direct orders to say, you are not going into the city, Mommy. So I can't go into the city because it's crazy there. I like Rudolph. I like it upstate where it's country. I'm very homesick for Texas. I know how Texas works, so I'm more comfortable there. My husband brought me up here. Oh, but in upstate, you have to be married and a man has to be able to drive a car because you just can't get around up there. So he put me in an area like it's like a small town, but I really don't know anybody here. I know more in Texas. Yeah, I am. But when I need help, it's very hard. And sometimes you're just in your yard and somebody says, "Can I talk to you?" And he says, "How would you like a new driveway?" And you ask him how much. He says, "Well, would you like to, it'd be no problem." And I said, "Look, knock yourself out if you wish to do it." And then he says, "Well," he calls his boss. It says $5 or what, $50 a square foot or something. I said, "I didn't say that. You volunteered free." So I don't believe New Yorkers because if they say anything free, that is as much of a lie. And they won't even give you the price. They're very sly about that. They're not fair. Oh, there's no house cleaning today. Today was shopping, and they're moving everything around in the store, and I can't find anything in the store. I'm having to walk up, down, left, right, go back. I missed it somewhere. Ugh. Yeah, my sons will, after they're done fighting, will do the yard, but I'm thinking about if I can ever get enough extra money, I'll pay somebody to take care of the yard because I'm just tired of the arguing. I'm up to here with both of them. They're good, but when it comes to that yard, it's a fight. Yeah, you pretty much got it super, and I do miss Texas and the kindness that's there. Hi, John. So, do I miss Texas? Yeah, I was crying the other day because I missed it. Oh, God, it's down there too. Yeah. Uh, well, they're both my sons are both opinionated and very hard-headed right after their father. So, I put one on this side and one on that side. I'm tired of playing referee. I said, you know what? You two will kill each other when I die. And they said, don't talk like that. I said, you two can't talk. I'm like the phone. You tell me, I tell him, he tells me, I have to tell you. I'm tired of all of this. You know, you would think. But they weren't that way with their father. Texas, that's right. Super, you're very right. Deanne, no. Nothing is free over here in New York. Nothing. If I don't sweep 18 inches out into the street, I'm responsible up to 18 inches out in the street. They'll give you a $300 ticket. I put the sanitation, they have me dividing trash. I pick through trash now. Me. I have to pull the paper out of this wastebasket, check that wastebasket. And then I have to go out and say the green one, I have to put this in. Then I got the blue one, I got to put this one over here. The regular one's got to go over here, but I can't put the food and stuff throughout. So I've got to put this over here. Then I've got to, and I want to pull my hair out. That's why you see 2 trash cans and you see a box over there, because I put the paper in there. Then when I get the boxes, I slide them into that fireplace until I'm ready to take it out. A big glass of wine. No, I'm not. Texas barbecue sauce. Oh, yes, that's the barbecue sauce. I don't have a recipe. It's all up here in my head, and I do make barbecue sauce from up here. But I do take some canning ones because they're good too. I do. I just keep going. You have to keep on going. There's no doubt about it. I told my sons, I'm going to take a vacation. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run away to Maine and go visit my girlfriend there. I'm going to run away and say, Mommy, you can't do that. Watch me. I told him, you know what I want to do this summer? I want to go to the Bronx Zoo. I want to spend the whole day there walking, eating everything that I'm not supposed to eat, which means frankfurters, miserable hamburgers, and I want to go see all those animals. But I want to take a taxi back because my feet will be killing me and I won't want to get on the subway to come. So they're thinking about sending me there. And I can see a fight. I don't want to see it, you know? No, I don't follow any cooks. No. No, I don't want to go to the Bronx. I want to go to the Bronx Zoo. That's upstate. Yeah, my girlfriend said it's really nice. Yeah, I make an excellent pizza. And mine's the sourdough crust. Yes, wherever I go, the best pizza you could ever find. Brissa, what? You have sad news? Okay. Hi, Michelle. But anyway, I do a lot. And then some days I sit down and say, I'm not going to clean this house. I'm tired. I'm going to sit down all day and I'm going to crochet, or I'm going to go out and sit on the back porch and I am going to read. What do you mean? I've always called if I have a female friend, that's my girlfriend. We're just friends. Thank you, Michelle, for subscribing. Yeah, I had heard there is one up there. I haven't seen it yet. Thank you, Bella. I don't know what you mean by girlfriends. If you mean I'm a lesbian, no, my girlfriends are not lesbians either. We are just girlfriends, just good friends. I don't even want to think about it. My back was killing me 2 days after I finished doing it. Yeah, that's what it means, yeah. But you can tell the young people, as soon as you say you have a girlfriend, you think she's a lover. She's not. Remember, when I grew up, lesbians, well, we didn't say lesbians and gays. The terminology that we used was queer. Okay? That was a term I knew. My son we had a long lecture. I said, but it is. You're not normal. It's not normal, so it's a queer. It means against normal. Read the dictionary. He said, yes, Mommy, but everybody takes an offense. So he says, you call the men gay. I said, well, they don't seem very happy, and gay means happy. So we had an argument over that, too. Yeah, homosexual. Yeah, so I'm having to learn a language. And I said, no, you're turning the whole language around. I have a dictionary in the house. see what it reads? You know? And, so I have to go, I have to learn these things, and I don't like it. I put rules down in the house, you know? I had to. Like when I say I have a friend, that's usually a male friend, just a friend. But if we're more than that, I call him a boyfriend. But if I have girls that are friends, we're called girlfriends. And there's no sexual connotations or anything in that way when I speak. So people get upset with it, you know. Like my sons, and I know, I'm sorry if I offend people when I say this, this really, really happened. When they were coming home, they said, Mommy, they said Daddy is black. Even the teacher says Daddy's black. I said, what are you talking about? So we had a lesson on black. Take out my stuff. That is black. You see that? This is brown. And what color is Daddy? He said, they say you're white. Do I look white, Sean? Danielle, my two sons? I said, do I look white? No. You'll see a lot of pink in me because my skin is more towards the pink. All right. So you can tell the teacher she's wrong. Your father is a beautiful, let's see. It's a reddish brown color. And I'm sort of a pinkish color. So does that make, you know? And they said, you're right, Mommy. And I said, he said, Mommy, have you ever seen a black man? I said, no, but if I ever do, I'll tell you. Many, many years went by. And then one day, I saw one. So I called my sons. I go, shh, very carefully. See that man across the street? Now that is what you call a black man. You see how dark his skin is? It's so dark, it almost shines blue, which is a beautiful alabaster color. He said, oh, so we're all just different shades. I said, that's all we are. It's just different shades according to where we live. If we're in a very cold climate, probably the chances are our eyes will be blue and be light, very light skin. We don't get as much sun. But if you go into a desert or something and you don't cover up, you're going to end up with darker eyes, pupils, and you're going to end up with darker skin. This is to protect according to where you grew up. And my sons got over it. And they used to love to tell everybody at school, they said, your family. And he'd pull out the color. This is not the color my mommy is. And he got all the colors to blend me up to get me the right color. So this is how we dealt with it. But you know, some things I've gone through in life, I had to teach them properly, and I didn't want them to come in with stigmas, and neither did my husband. And that was it. But I saw how the school tried to project that color issue onto them. My husband saw it as well, and we were very angry about it because our sons were coming home crying, making his father less than what his father was, and making me less than what I was. I said, no. So we went to the school after that, and we told the principal, this doesn't flow. I am not white by any means. And if you don't believe me, let's see. I'm not white. I said I'm not white. So don't put that stigma on our sons. And they didn't. They were very careful after that. He talked with the teachers, and that whole thing died in school. Oh, quarterback. Yeah. See, Super, by saying that, you've already got the stigma of color. It's just a person. That's all they are. If you peeled every human being, took all their skins off, could you tell who was who, what color they were? It's only a covering and nothing more. Just treat it like that. What you might not like about somebody is their character you might not like. But it's not their color of their skin, it's their character. You see, that's what upsets me about people. I don't care if you're purple with pink polka dots. If you're a nice person, that's all that matters. Good afternoon, disgusting. Uh, feel good, okay. Deanne's. So when you confront it like that, I think children get a better understanding. And as the children grow, you have to fight school, um, you know, to be proud. And every race, and I have told people, every race has given something to this country. The reason we could do transfusion was because a man of an African heritage, and he wasn't a doctor, and he did it. There was one that helped do, because babies were born blue because of a problem of the valve with the heart. It was somebody of an African heritage that did this. So you think about this. No one race, no one culture has all the answers. And I wish that when we did history, we could get the true history, because the American Indians had a lot to do with our Constitution. And they cut them out because they had the great law of peace. And that's where they got the idea of the Constitution and the states and stuff and learning to live together. But that's left out of history as well. If we could all not have one race above the other, but have us all realize we all have helped mankind, and we all have also brought mankind down, but we're all the same, striving, okay? So that's how I perceive life. Maybe it's wrong, it's crazy or something. But I think mine is more the way I see the world. I think it's more rounded than being narrow. But if somebody, and I hate to say it, and I have said it, when somebody is acting really, as my Niggerly, I will say it. I don't care if you are black, white, red, yellow, white, yellow, red, brown, black. I will call you it, because that is a character. Your character is that way. It's not your color. So people have to understand this. I mean, my husband said, "Now, Sandy, you can't go around saying that." I said, "Do you hear that, Tony?" He said, "Sandy," he looked and he said, "You're absolutely right, Sandy." After he was in the middle of saying you couldn't say it. I said, "I don't have to see it. You can hear these kinds of people. You know what they are with their attitude. And when you have an attitude like that and it doesn't come in color, it comes in character." Yeah, why do we want to go to another planet? Besides, the planets are all sleeping. They're not dead. Okay. So another thing is that everybody tries to steal from everybody. I'll sit there and tell you point blank, this is why people don't like me a lot of the times. I'm going to say the good, bad, and indifference. If they want me to sell a product, believe you me, I'm going to tell the people the good. I'm going to tell them the bad, if you like it or not, because I'm going to put it out there exactly how I feel, and people can get upset. But I'm not going to tell you something that I don't believe. Like, I believe in KitchenAid. I believe in the Musso ice cream maker. I believe the equipment that I have is good equipment. I would recommend anybody, if you're going to buy good equipment, to buy Cuisinart or All-Clad. If I know this lipstick that I'm using seems to work, I want to bring it to the older ladies' attention. I'll do a video on it, or in the morning, and I'll describe the lipstick. It does work for people who have what we call whistle marks here around the mouth, because you get them when you're older. And when you wear regular lipsticks, it bleeds into them, which makes it unlevel. This lipstick is an excellent lipstick. It doesn't come off. Okay? It takes a lot to get it off. Yeah, I know. So that's how I feel about a lot of things. So whatever I use, and you want to know what equipment I'm using, believe you me, I've gone through a series to know what I'm getting. Please don't always look at the price. You think of the quality, think of your age and how long you're going to be using it or anything else. But I've talked some about what we've gone through in life and things like that. I mean, gosh. I've learned a lot, let's say. I mean, I spent my first 22 years in life and this is what said, shut up, Sandy, and listen. You're not old enough to have an opinion. Listen and learn. Learn and listen. Shut up, Sandy. So I did, and I learned a lot. And then I bring it to you and the things that I've learned. I know it upsets people, some things that we say, but it's really true. If I ever saw a white person, I know I'm looking at a ghost. Okay? I would have to say I'm really looking at a ghost. And he's shining snow white. Okay? But that's it. We have to wait till this custard sets. That tastes a lot better than what you get in the store. You should make this pistachio. I just tasted it. All right, so I think I've pretty much stated a lot to make people think. I don't know when this is going to be done. How long do they want me to leave this in the refrigerator? All right. So how much are you going to use heavy cream? 1 1/4 cups. All right, they want us to whip the cream until thick and floppy, then fold it into the chilled custard. The custard's almost chilled. I just taste it with my finger. It really tastes much better than anything. No, I've never visited India. I remember things when I was taught in school, and the rules of the stuff that I learned no longer apply. But people assume a lot of things about people. Sometimes they are racist or they hate somebody because they're better than them and they resent it, so they think their color will push them forward on it. You know, it doesn't work like that. Well, I've got dishes to do. We are making pistachio ice cream. We're waiting for the custard to chill, so then we can sit there and whip the whipped cream, and then we're going to put it in the ice cream machine, and we're going to freeze it, because mine's Electrica. I don't have to add ice and stuff to it, and then we're going to stir in the pistachio nuts and stick it in the freezer, and tomorrow we'll have pistachio ice cream. And that's what we're doing. But Robert, right now we're just talking. Trolls, you actually took that name? Look at the bakery. Speed. Hello from Germany. Hope I can come back someday. Okay. What do you mean? Hello from Germany. Are you in the military, Speed? Listen, the custard tastes really good. It doesn't taste like what you get in the store. So that is going to be the flavor of the ice cream, and the pistachios are just going to bring the nuts. This tastes better than anything you're getting in the store. I'm really surprised. Speed, are you military? And that's why you're over there? Waiting for Speed to answer. But it tastes good. The custard tastes delicious. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, I am thirsty and tired. Pitten bar. Listen, a lot of young people don't like what I say because they've been indoctrinated into things and don't seem to fully comprehend. But I think U.S. Turning Point USA helped the young people to get their bearings, and he was very good at what he did. But that's it. Well, listen, this thing is not going to be chilled until about 4 o'clock, and that's 21 minutes away. So I don't even know what to talk about. Except I got my nuts. I'm going to get my hand out. Okay, well, when you get home, have fun on the land. Peach cobbler is my favorite. I need to get my hand mixer. I haven't even finished buying the food. Do you know I have a roast that I have to make? And I want to show you what they told me I'm going to put in this roast. I had to buy these. Ginger snaps. This roast says I have to put ginger snaps in there. So I had to find one that was natural. But I never put chili powder or red pepper on mine before. Well, anyway, I had to go buy cookies. And they specifically said ginger snap, not ginger cookies. They want ginger snaps. So I had to go and do that. I've never done that. Yeah, I love peach cobbler. I have been talking about things I've learned in school from political. Well, science I was pretty bad at. I wasn't good at. Math was my top subject. I mean, 5 minutes before class, I did my homework. And I got a 95 to 100 all the time. Math comes very easy for me because of Miss Wilson. I love that lady. But I talk on my videos, so all you have to do is listen. Especially the lives, you know, we have to kill time, so why not chat, right? See, even this one's a KitchenAid. This is a little motor and a half. But when I make cakes, I use my stand-up mixer there. Or if I have a special bread that says, oh, we need, I said, okay, so you need, yes. You should never plug it in before you put these in because you could end up hurting your fingers. I tell you all the don'ts and then I go and do them, then I wonder why. Yeah, I even cut myself this morning. I was doing the cat food and he meowed and I turned around and I stabbed myself. Aren't I great? Sure, Michigan. You just sit there and come onto these lives and we chit-chat about all sorts of things. My favorite roast is made with French onion soup. Do you make your French onion soup or are you buying it? These are all packages. Pit and barrel. Those are all mixes. You could buy those in the store. This one that I'm making, let me get the book. This is from one of my chef teachers, James Beard, and it's called sauerbraten. I had to get a 4-pound rump roast. Now listen to this. I'm going to read what's in this. It's got white wine vinegar, white wine, cider vinegar, onions, carrots, celery, bay leaves, whole allspice, 2 cloves, peppercorn, salt, butter, or beef drippings, whichever one you have. You need flour, sugar, and ginger snaps. I had to buy cookies. My favorite one is my mixer. My mixer of appliances. It's my mixer, my stand-up mixer. Okay, Michigan, because it doesn't break. Oh, sauerbraten, thank you. Bratton. How do you pronounce that dish? So you know it. Linda, you're doing better than me. Muso. Okay, it's muso. So I'm going to make this. I've never made it, but listen to what I have to do. Days before I get it going. It says cover and refrigerate for 3 days, turning the meat several times each day. Then remove the meat from the marinade and dry it thoroughly with a towel. So that's going to be several days. They call this a distinctly German version of braised beef. This pungent dish uses a sour marinade, which is cooked and thickened with sweet ingredients. And it's very popular. So sauerbraten is what I'm going to be making. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but that roast cost me $40 today. 40! I said, shh. I said $40. Well, I said I'm in the red now, so let's see. I'm going to have to get myself out of the red. When you're in the red, you've overspent. So, sauerbraten. Thank you. But anyway, I'm going to be making that recipe this week, I hope. Several days. God, I'm going to be busy. Now here is a cookie recipe that I am going to be making. This is called salted nut rolls. I had to buy marshmallows. I didn't have time to make them. You needed butter, marshmallows, vanilla, salt, confectionery sugar. We needed dry roasted peanuts, which I picked up today, and I spent 30 minutes trying to find caramel. I needed 1 pound of soft caramels. The sweet condensed milk was easy to find. But I said, this sounds really good. It makes 32 pieces, and this is cookies. So I figured that was going to be good. That's another dish I'm working on right now. Okay. So I got that. This is boring, waiting for the custard. All right. Okay. It's just about an hour now. We've been killing time. Okay, we're getting back into cooking. Whip the cream until thick and floppy. Then fold it into the chilled custard. Okay, then we're going to be using, after that, we'll get there. So we need 1 1/4 cups of heavy cream. 1 1/4 cups. Oh, I know, I'm going to make a mess on this. So we'll whip it up in this so I don't get messed up. Imagine having to do this by hand about 100 years ago, maybe 150 years ago. Ice cream would not be something you would see very often. I remember we had a neighbor who had the old ice cream machine. It wasn't electric or anything. We bought the ice and stuff. And it was delicious. He shared it with the whole neighborhood. We're making pistachio ice cream. And tomorrow we're having lots of bagels. Everybody knows how to make lots of bagels. And I'm going to make it and serve it with Carolina coleslaw. I think that would be nice to be different. Then we'll move to the ice cream machine. Making ice cream. Throw. Soccer. Last soccer game I saw was, I think Italy won the World Cup. It was the two brothers and they kept on getting cramps in their legs. It was a tie. It was really interesting how it went. This is where your weight comes on an ice cream, is all the heavy cream you put in it. But remember, all ice creams start with a custard. At least they're supposed to. Jennifer, hi. How stiff do you want this? Ta-da! Ice cream. Whip the cream until thick and floppy. What's getting that? Want it thick and floppy? What's getting there? Jennifer, hi. I see you. Hi. And Biz. We're making pistachio ice cream, like I said. Thick and floppy. Spoons and spoons and more spoons. Okay. Well, it's thick and it's floppy. All right, what do you want me to do? Then fold in the chilled custard. Okay, we're pouring the custard in now. Remember, we've already made it. Ronette, hi. Is this going to fit in my ice cream? Just made a lot. Fold in, yeah, right. I'll be at this forever. You know? Yeah, well, I have to get rid of those because this has to be, cannot afford to be lumpy. Fold this in? Yeah, right. Okay. I'm going to tackle this a different way. Just mixing it up. Dang, that's good. All right, I'm gonna go put it onto my ice cream machine. I already have it plugged in. Thank you, Ms. Wait, I can't pronounce all of this. Okay. This is my ice cream maker right here. The motor is separate from it, where the ice cream's gonna go. Okay, put the top on. Now this is gonna take approximately 30 minutes, all right? First thing you do before you turn it on, you have to start chilling it. Mine's already plugged in, because I have my dehydrator going. That's it. I'll show you. See, it's already going. Put it on the cold, set the timer, turn it on to start. And in 30 minutes, it'll just be just about at the point of being done, because we'll have to fold in. I'm going to get my ice cream bowl out. I have a special glass that goes into the freezer, because we have to stir the pistachios in, and then that's it. We're done until tomorrow. Joyful, hi. Mersey. I'm just taking the first parts of these names. Jennifer, hi. Ronnie, Roneth, Ronette, okay, I think I got that right. So I think that's great. The hardest part is not to curdle those eggs and learn to get that custard just right. If you don't do that, you always mess your ice cream up. I've messed up enough, so I can talk from experience. It didn't come out perfect the first time I did it. Makes a small amount of ice cream, but this glass could go into the freezer. Okay, then the next thing I have to do is just do that. So there we are. We've got the glass here. It's a heavy duty glass that fits in it, and the ice cream should be totally done tomorrow. But it has a much different flavor than what you get in the store. And I've had a lot of pistachio ice creams at the store and at ice cream parlors, and I've never liked the taste. I don't know what they use in theirs, but this one has a very good flavor, which is much different. I hope that you try it. Yes, it is. Did any of you have coffee today? I didn't. I didn't have time all day today. So you can see ice cream takes a bit of time. It's more waiting for the custard to be in the refrigerator for an hour. But it doesn't make a lot of ice cream, which I like. I remember the first time we had Carvel ice cream, I didn't like it. It was too soft. It was, this is not ice cream, you know. And we only had vanilla and chocolate, and the big thing was to have strawberry at that time. Now look what they've done. Oh, Edward, that sounds so good. Except I wouldn't have chocolate milk. I'd have regular milk. And at school, I don't even know if they do it anymore. For the younger grades, up to the 4th grade, we used to take a break and get, they would give us crackers like graham crackers, though they called them cookies for us. We would have graham crackers, and we would also have milk. You could have chocolate milk. We used to say chocolate milk or cow's milk. It was all milk, but children come up with these different crazy names we used to say. When I talk with you, you make me remember some things that I have forgotten many years ago. Hi, Swamp, Edward. Celia, hi. We're making pistachio ice cream. That's what's taking so long. We're just talking till, you know, we have to wait for it. There's nothing more I can do. But if it's good, I'm going to mark it down as delicious, maybe 10. So that's what we're making. I have the nuts already here. Rice, we're having pistachio ice cream. We're not putting any coloring in it. And this ice cream, the custard and all, does not taste like what you get in the store, which is horrible. Because I don't like pistachio ice cream, because I don't like the taste of it. But making it at home and stuff, you find the flavors are so different. You definitely want to use a spoon to get this out. He does not listen to me. You know, sometimes I think I talk and it goes in one ear and out the other with my sons. Any of you mothers have that same problem? You talk and it's like in one ear and out the other. Maybe we should plug it up like this when we're talking to this ear so it stops. Interesting. This goes on up here. Now I'm going to need just putting putting everything in my sink. Once that comes out, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and that'll be it. And we'll be done for the day. One of my sons wants to learn how to make muffins, so tomorrow we are going to take bourbon for muffins. Listen to this. Bourbon, prunes, and walnuts. And that's what we're making for tomorrow morning. Well, noontime, because he gets up late because he works. He doesn't come in until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So he works that late shift. So he's going to learn how to make muffins. So, but tomorrow we're having lox and bagels. But I asked him, well, do you want to learn to make muffins with bourbon? Really? I said, yes, really. We're going to make muffins with bourbon. Tomorrow, I think around, let's see, maybe 12, 12:30. So we have the ice cream. We'll have bourbon, nutty prune muffins. We're going to be using dried prunes, pistachio ice cream, and we're going to have lox and bagels. Now, doesn't that sound good for tomorrow? All right. Hi, Royce. Yeah, it does sound good. It does when you think about it. A lot of people don't think about putting stuff like that in muffins, but like I said, when you only grew up with blueberry, bran, what else? Very limited muffins. Believe you me, I'll go crazy in the other direction to do all of this. Now they don't tell me how long to turn this. It might be longer than 30 minutes, but we'll find out soon enough. Okay, there. So once that's done stirring, the only thing we're going to do is fold in the nuts or stir in the nuts, and then that's it. And then it's going in the refrigerator for tomorrow. It's got to be cold. Oh yeah, it's cold. Now you will notice one thing when you use the muesli, the ice cream sticks to the edges and stuff, and you have to sort of scrape it off to get it in with the rest of the ice cream. Okay. Chocolate cake. Sounds good. So what's your favorite dishes for the summer? Let's hear what you like to have for the summer. While we're waiting for that, it's your turn to talk. And I guess I might as well go ahead and do the dishes while you guys are talking. And I'll see what you like to have in the summer. I like to have a lot of salads, sandwiches. I'll think of Frank's and stuff, just to be different. Hello, Yor. So let's see what you come up with. Because you know we're in spring, and you know what comes after that, summer. Okay. Enrich. We are having pistachio ice cream is what we're working on. It's in the machine now. That's what's taking so long, is we're waiting for this ice cream. Any of you think about pistachio. And this pistachio does not smell or taste like the ice cream you get in the store, so that's most interesting. So Eric, that's what we're having. Thank you. I'm not the best, I'm a handful. Katie, I know that. I know Jesus personally, but I did die. Well, that's almost done. Just cleaning dishes, if you're wondering, any of you that just came on. We're cleaning dishes up, cleaning the mess up. So we can get the ice cream into the freezer, and by tomorrow it should be ready. And we'll see how it comes out. It might be a flop, I don't know, but it tastes good if nothing else so far. Well, you're quiet again, that's nice. And get some work done. All right, the machine will let me know when it's done. Some things you cannot rush. Ice cream is one of them. At least I don't have to do it by hand. Hi, addition. No, add it. Sorry. Sharon, how are you, young lady? Hi, Willie. Should be just about done. I got a lot of the dishes. All right, we have about another 10 minutes. It's very creamy. One more dish. I have cleaned my dishes up. Marcy, yes I am. Hi Willie. I'm making ice cream. I've been out shopping and I wanted to get the ice cream ready for tomorrow so we can have it for dessert after we have lox and bagels and Carolina coleslaw tomorrow to eat. So I am running late. And then tomorrow afternoon, around noontime, it depends upon what time my son gets up, he wants to learn to make muffins. So we are going to be making bourbon. Yes, I said bourbon. Bourbon nutty prune muffins. To be different. Yeah, I sure am. I really am late today. Should have seen me yesterday. It was 7 o'clock and I was on my hands and knees waxing the floor. God, am I ever going to get done? I have my dehydrator going. I've got an idea, and I'm trying to make sweet banana chips, all right? I don't know if it's going to work, but I talked with some other ladies who have tried, and they said, you can't put honey on it, you can't put a syrup on it, you can't use sugar and water, because if you do that, it hardens up on the outside and it stays moist on the inside. So I've been thinking, how can I make sweet banana chips? So I said I'm dehydrating my banana pieces with strawberries right now. And I'm going to do step 2 tomorrow. And if it works, yes, I will have beaten them to their own game. Been thinking about it. But I also, if it flops, it's all going to be going in the trash. You could take strawberries, take slices of banana, and put a slice of strawberry on it, and like make little bites. You know, you slice it nice, it should come out very nice. Hi, Marcy. That's what I'm thinking about, Marcy. I'm thinking about dehydrating the banana chips, right? And then I'm going to heat up some sugar and water, I think. Put them in there and then lay them back out and stick them back in the dehydrator and see how it works. But the sugar water is going to have to be sweet. I don't want to use corn syrup because it turn into candy. Maybe corn syrup would be better. Some corn syrup, you know, with water. Well, you can see where I'm going. Because when you eat the banana chips, it is like candy, right? If it's just sugar, it wouldn't be sweet enough. But if we added some corn syrup into it, I'd have to check into my candy books. Yeah, I found some candies I want to make, and I'm not good at it. So if we sit there, Marcy, and if I add some corn syrup and cook it down, almost like making, no, it wouldn't be like making gummy bears because they're too rubbery. I'm beginning to think it might be just really sweet sugar water, and then sit there and re-dehydrate them after we heat that water up. Because we have to dissolve that sugar because we don't want to go back into a crystal state. If it stays in a crystal state, it'll be crystal on, and we want to make it like a glaze. So I'm wondering if we do that and then put them back in the dehydrator the next day, could we end up making sweet chips? And if we do that, yeah, see, so you're on the same page I'm on. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to find out. Okay? We're holding 10 minutes? So I like that, Marcy. You're on the same page. So we'll find out. That's going to be 2 parts. I don't know. The first part, I'm pretty much doing it on my own just to see. But you said, what about dip them again? Yeah. Once they're dehydrated in the center, you should be able to put something sweet on it. You know, which would then dry up because the banana's already dry. Then you dry that outside. You should be able to get the crunch. A lot of women have tried it, and I talked with a lot of women about it. And I said, well, have you tried this? She said, yes, I did. It didn't work. And so I said, well, what about this? She said, it doesn't work. So I've been thinking about it for over a year now. What if? Because I've already wasted a lot of bananas, and I don't want to waste any more. But if I can do that, that's accomplishing something. God, this has been going for 2 hours and 13 minutes just waiting for the machines to work. And most of this time has just been waiting for the ice cream. Let me put this up, putting everything up. Oh yeah, it's getting there. I'm going to sit down if you don't mind. Sitting with me as we watch the machine spin around and around and around and around. Well, you can't, but I can hear it. Well, you can hear it too. I just want to sit down a bit. I've been going all day. So what have all of you been doing? You might as well tell me what you've been doing. You know what I've been doing. I went shopping today. I've been cleaning. We've got wash going. We're waiting for that. I know we're listening to the machine. I know people are leaving. They say it's too quiet. I know it's quiet. It's been over 2 hours. Now we're going to check. Let me get you over here. Well, I'm going to have to leave you here because I have to go over here and move it in here. I think this is working right. I think I want this time. I tell you, it tastes better than anything you've gotten in the store. Yeah, I can spoon this in to the other thing, yeah. I'll just stir the nuts in it. use metal on this because you can scrape it and you don't want to, because some of the ice cream is actually frozen right up on the edge side and you have to scrape it to get it clean and get it off. Don't worry, I'm going to be mixing the nuts into it. Okay, we're going over here now. You know what I'm doing? This is a special glass that goes in the freezer. I have had these over 40 years, so they're very, very old. I don't even remember where we got them. So, they have larger ones and smaller ones. Now, after a couple of hours, I will go back and stir it up again. Marcy, I've already done that. Yeah. Yeah. No, I put lemon juice into the bowl, and as I slice the bananas, I put them there. That holds their color. That's all it does. The acidity will prevent them from turning brown, and that's why you do that. And then I had bought a package of strawberries, and I said I'm going to go ahead and dehydrate some strawberries because you can use them like apples and stuff. It just makes it easier. Hi, YUV. And the ice cream maker I have is a Musso. M-U-S-S-O, I think. Mosu, or Moose. I'm not going to turn it upside down again to read it. Okay? You can't find the hand cranks unless you go to an antique shop or something. You might find it there. But that's what I use for an ice cream maker, and that will be done when it's done. Your freezer will dictate how long it's going to take for it to do, but I'll wait an hour or two and I'll stir the nuts to make sure they don't drop to the bottom, so they're being suspended throughout the ice cream, and that's it. Pistachio ice cream. Okay. This is what I want all of you to take care of, but let me tell you, it does not taste like the I'm going to say garbage that you get in the store. because I've already tasted the custard and everything else, and it's really got good flavor, I have to admit. All right, so listen, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and bye-bye. Okay.